Julie wasn't at the bus stop the next morning. Or the morning after that. She was at school, but you'd never know it.
And little Joe, he's like got so much makeup on, he doesn't even age.
I told myself I should be glad about it. Isn't that what I'd always wanted? But still, I felt bad for her. I was gonna tell her I was sorry, but then I thought, no, that's the last thing I needed. Julie Baker thinking I missed her.
I see why you like to come out here.
Would you mind explaining it to your mother?
I love to watch my father paint. Or really, I love to hear him talk while he painted. I learned a lot about my dad that way. He told me all sorts of things, like how he got his first job delivering hay and how he'd wished he'd finished college. Then, one day, he surprised me.
What's going on with you and, Bryce Lasky?
What do you mean? Nothing.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
Why would you even think that?
No reason. Just that you talk about him all the time?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess it's something about his eyes. Or maybe a smile.
What about him?
What?
You have to look at the whole landscape.
What does that mean?
A painting is more than the sum of its parts. A cow by itself is just a cow. A meadow by itself is just grass, flowers. And the sun peeking through the trees is just a beam of light. But you put them all together, and it can be magic.
I didn't really understand what he was saying until one afternoon when I was up in the sycamore tree. I was rescuing a kite. It was a long way up, higher than I'd ever been. And the higher I got, the more amazed I was by the view. I began to notice how wonderful the breeze smelled, like sunshine and wild grass. I couldn't stop breathing it in, filling my lungs with the sweetest smell I'd ever known.
Hey, you found my kite!
Bryce, you should come up here. It's so beautiful.
I can't! I sprained my, I have a rash!
From that moment on, that became my spot. I could sit there for hours, just looking out at the world. Some days the sunsets would be purple and pink, and some days they were a blazing orange, setting fire to the clouds on the horizon. It was during one of those sunsets that my father's idea of the whole being greater than the sum of its parts moved from my head to my heart. Some days I would get there extra early to watch the sunrise. One morning, I was making mental notes of how the pink and orange streaks of light were cutting through the clouds, so I could tell my dad, when I heard a noise below. Excuse me! Excuse me! I'm sorry, but you can't park there. That's a bus stop.
Hey, what are you doing up there? You can't be up there. We gotta take this thing down.
The tree?
Yeah? Now come on down.
But who told you could cut it down?
The owner.
Why?
Because he's gonna build a house, and this tree's in the way. So come on, girl, we got work to do.
You can't cut it down. You just can't.